Hey folks, this is Matt with Coyote Creek Archery. I hope you're having a great day. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Um, no products to really talk about or techniques or anything like that. This is basically just maybe just a little bit of a history lesson and a big thank you. And kind of want to take you through how I got to where I'm at today. It's the end of 2023, so today is actually December 30th. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and we start the year 2024 next year. And really excited about where I've come and where I'm headed here with Coyote Creek Archery. So wanted to share this with you and give you a big thanks for all of my customers and all of my supporters, because without you, none of this would be possible. So kind of why I'm facing the other direction with the store behind me, because I want to talk a little bit about um, give you a little bit of history, talk a little bit about how I got started, where I came from, and where I'm at today. So I was a little bit late in getting into archery, I guess, compared to a lot of people. I didn't grow up with it so much. Um, I was in the outdoors a lot. I did a lot of bird hunting, and I started deer hunting when I was in my late teens as a rifle hunter. And my dad got me into that, and I'm very thankful for that. And but I had some friends that were into archery, and that's kind of where I headed in that direction. I shot, the old fiberglass longbows and that type of thing when I was younger, but didn't really do any type of archery or bow hunting until towards the end of college. I think I was about 23 when I bought my first bow. So 2001 is when I picked up my first bow, and I just started teaching. I took a trip down to Springfield, Missouri to Bass Pro Shops. They had a big fall hunting classic going on down there, and went to some seminars. I talked with Bob Fulkrod, talked with David Blanton, Michael Waddell, and Bill Jordan wasn't there at the time, but talked with him a little bit and just picked their brain and tried to get as much information as I could, because I was new to archery and I was really excited about getting into this sport. And I had some really close friends that had been bow hunting. They grew up with that and they'd done it for a long time, and something that I was interested in and had never done. So I was 23. I was just starting a new job out of college, and that's where my path began. And so, like a lot of people, I bought a PSE kit bow from Bass Pro Shops, and that's where things started. I had some arrows made by an archery shop about an hour or so away, and I was able. I think I actually took my first deer with a bow that year, a little mule deer that I shot out of a ground blind back when we had a lot more mule deer around, and that was my first archery hunting experience, and I was hooked. And so things kind of just progressed from there. And that that first or second year, I was already tinkering around with trying to build self bows and trying to build traditional bows, just seeing what I could do, because I'm a woodworker. I teach high school woodworking, so it's just kind of in my nature to try to see what I can do, what I can build myself. And I tinkered around with that at first, and then you know that PSC bow I think I only had for a year or two. Moved on to a Matthews LX and shot that for a long time. And I think it was about 2010, maybe a little bit before that, somewhere in that ballpark, I bought my first longbow. Really nice. It was a shorter longbow. Bought it from Mike Dunaway, who has Wild Horse Creek bows, and just a beautiful bow. And I was a little bit overbowed. I think it was 52 pounds was my first bow. I probably should have went a little bit lighter, but I hunted with that for a few years. I was able to take a doe with it, and that really got things fired up as far as the interest in the traditional side of things. So 2015, I had a few students at school that said, "Hey, we want to build a bow," and I said, "Okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right." And so I found Elmont Bingham and ordered a kit, built an oven, and we built some kit bows at school. It's just a class project, and I had a few students that did that, and I built a few bows myself, and really, I really enjoyed that, and I wanted to take it further. So I started designing my own bows and building my own bows from those designs. And that's kind of where things started. In February 2016, at that point, I had some people that were wanting to buy some of the bows that I had built, and I thought I need to form an LLC. So that's where Coyote Creek Archery LLC was began in February of 2016. Coyote Creek Archery, if you're not sure, you haven't looked on the website, Coyote Creek is a creek that runs through my wife's family's property back on the farm where she grew up. Coyote Creek, we got. I asked my wife to marry me. I proposed to her right on the bluffs overlooking Coyote Creek. I've had a lot of hunts, and it's just been a place that has a lot of memories and a lot of meaning to me. So that's where the name Coyote Creek Archery came from. And so, anyways, 2016, February 2016 is where I got started, and I started building bows just out of my garage. Had a little place in town and a garage in town, and I would build bows, and I've sent bows to I don't know the exact number, but over 20 states that I've shipped bows out to that I've built, and still building bows. I'm not doing as much custom stuff anymore. Trying to just more or less build up an inventory here in the store, but still working on the traditional side of things. And then as things progressed, 2017, 2018, we moved out of town. I have a shop with a bigger building. And I had more people interested in the bows, but then I also had people calling me and saying, hey, do you have Magnus broadheads? Hey, do you have rests? Do you have this? And I'd been building arrows ever since I bought my first set of custom arrows. I'd always built my own arrows after that. So early on, I was building arrows for myself. And then I had people that were calling me and I was building arrows for other people. And it just kind of, I guess, transformed into, hey, there's a need for this. There's people that are wanting wanting archery supplies, wanting custom arrows and quality work done, and those needs aren't being met elsewhere. So I need to look into doing this myself. And so I started slowly, bringing in some different broadheads. I signed on as a dealer for Gold Tip in 2019, and early 2019 is when I got started with Gold Tip and Bee Stinger, and bought some other accessories through distributors and that type of thing. And then it's just kind of progressed. In 2021, I decided it was time to bring in compound bows. So I got on with Bowtech. I shot Matthews, that first LX that I bought in 2003. I shot Matthews all the way up until 2021, I guess, when I got on with Bowtech. And I was actually shooting a brand new Matthews V3 at the time and ordered a Bowtech solution. Never shot a Bowtech in my life, but I liked their products. I liked that it was the Pure Archery group where I had tight spot and ripcord and black gold sights, the diamond line. So that's what really enticed me to that. And also, your archery dealers are territorial, so you're not able to sell within so many miles of another dealer. And so that was another reason that I looked at that. And once I had that solution in my hands and I shot it for the first time, I was impressed, and I was ready to get rid of my Matthews. And so nothing wrong with the Matthews bows. They make great bows. I'm not trying to bash on anyone, but for me and my personal preference, that Bowtech was like a light turned on. Like, wow, there's other things out there besides what I've been shooting for the last 20 years almost. And had that solution and started bringing in things from Pure Archery Group, like I said, with the tight spot and black gold and ripcord. Little by little, what I could afford to do, all the money that I've made just went back into the store and trying to build things back up. Also got on with Magnus broadheads because they're made here locally, about an hour away, and I've shot Magnus. My very first deer I shot with a 100 grain Thunderhead, and then after that, Magnus Stingers were coming out, and I switched to Magnus Stingers, and I've shot Magnus broadheads ever since. So I have faith in them. I believe in them. They're a great company, and that's why I'm wanting to sell them. See, I've got some right over here on the wall. Heads Up Decoy is also made here locally by a good friend of mine. So another product I believe in. So I got on with them. 2022 was Elite in the outdoor group. I had a talk with them the year before, and I was a little hesitant. Wasn't quite ready to pull the trigger and spend the money on bows because, like anything like this, you're not sure, are people going to come? Are people going to buy these? Am I going to end up with all this product that's not going to sell? It's just going to sit here. And so I was a little hesitant. And they actually called me back in 2022 and said, "Hey, we need to work something out." And by that point, I was ready to do something. I've always been intrigued by Elite bows, and so got on with Elite. And again, they're the outdoor group, so you've got CBE with their sights, and of course they've got stabilizers and rests and other things as well. Slick Trick broadheads, um, the Winner's Choice strings, and I know I'm missing something there. They've got several other brands under that umbrella. So another thing where I could kind of fill my shop with some other accessories that I believed in, and nothing back here that I have in my store is anything that I wouldn't hunt with myself. I always have told my customers that if I'm going to bring a product in, it's something that I'm going to believe in and I'm going to trust, and something that I would not be hesitant to use at all myself. And so kind of where I stand with some of those things. Gas bowstrings was in 2022, and also then electric bowstrings, which I've been really pleased with both of those. Electric strings is what I'm using on both of my bows, made in Manhattan, Kansas, and Jim there does a great job, and I'm proud to have them in my store as well. 2023, so this current year, this last year, I needed some targets, and I wanted targets that were made in the USA, a good quality target, and so I've got a hold of Morel down in Arkansas, and so I've been selling the Morel targets, and I don't have a lot here in the store, but there's going to be some more coming here in January, hopefully. So great product there. Morel targets has a lot of options, and they're very durable and hold up. I've been very happy with them. B3, Scott Releases is the one that I forgot from the outdoor group, and they've got good stuff, but B3 has some really nice products as well. And so I've got some B3 releases and some of their broadheads. AAE, I've always used their vanes and their glues. I know they've got really good rests and stabilizers and all kinds of accessories, which I may look at branching into later. But for right now, as far as building the arrows, I'm using the AAE products, and those have been great. Very happy with that. And then the outdoor group this last year came out with Ultra arrows, which I'm going to be trying to stock some of those here coming into 2024. It's just another option. Gold tip has been great. Super durable arrows. They've got all kinds of components and different ways to configure your front of center and make those arrows exactly what you want them. I've been very happy with those. But Ultra has some other options that I'm looking at carrying as well. So that'll be for 2024. 2024, I'll also have QAD. There's a new one for me this year. And then Annihilator broadheads, which I don't have any experience with those. So I've got some coming in just to test out. Some different options and some things that I put together, and that's kind of what I've got coming up in 2024. Still staying at my current location, but I'm always looking down the road and trying to expand and trying to grow into something a little bit bigger. Not able to do this full time yet. I'm still teaching and keeping my day job. There's not a whole lot of money to be made in the archery retail, but the reason I do this is to help people out, and that's what I get the most out of, is just people coming to my store. Their bow's not shooting right. We make some adjustments. We change some things up. We get them tuned, and they're walking out the door with a smile, and they're happy that they came in here, and then they go tell other people, and that's why I'm here. I'm not here to make a lot of money. I'm here to help people out, and that's what I enjoy the most about this. A lot of customers, I get Christmas cards. I get well-wish texts on Christmas. I get pictures after they shot a deer or a turkey or an elk and had a successful hunt, and they're just thanking me for helping to be a very small part of that. I know there's a lot of effort that goes into a hunt, but on my end, if I can do anything to help with that, then I'm glad to do that, and that's something that I really enjoy about what I do. So I know that was a lot to cover and a lot of information that you probably didn't care to hear, but I wanted to share that, and really wanted to give a big thank you and big shout out to all of my customers. On these videos, I'm not here for clicks. I'm not here for subscriptions, even though I'm thankful for everyone that has subscribed to my channel, because that does mean a lot to me. But I never ask for subscriptions. I never ask for any of that because that's not why I'm here. I'm here to help people out, and hopefully I'm able to do that. So if you subscribe, that's great. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me that you're wanting to do that. But I'm never going to ask you to, hey, click the subscribe button or anything like that because it's not why I'm here. So hopefully this has been helpful. You all have been very helpful to me. And I just want to say thank you for a great 2023 and looking for an even better 2024. And if there's ever anything that I can do, my contact information is there on my website, coyotecreekarchery.com. Look that up. Give me a call. I get phone calls from people all across the country, text messages, emails, any way that I can help you out. I'm glad to do so. So that's a little bit of a history about how I've got to where I am today. Um, Hopefully I got a long ways to go yet and bigger, better things to come. But folks, I really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you watching these videos. Appreciate all my customers coming in here. Thank you for great last several years and looking forward to even better things to come in the future. So thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless.